in the one in my email, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, let's
Most
do
recent email.
this.
So we're live. I don't know if Israel is frozen or if Israel is there. He is.
Nope.
Is he?
I'm alive.
Hi
Hey,
guys.
Good morning, good
Oh my
morning.
God.
Buenos dias,
Good
Okay.
buenas
morning.
noches, buenas tardes.
All right.
It's
All
not
right.
buenas
Let's.
noches. It's buenos
How's
dias.
everybody doing? Good
Buenos.
morning to everyone. I'm sure everyone had a great week.
Yes.
Yep. A lot of events. A lot of
So, I mean,
training.
it's honestly a really good week. It's
Yeah. Oh,
absolutely. I mean, the
yeah.
weather has been going crazy on us. There's been a couple days where actually the weather was hot. Now it's cold. Now it's
Now
hot.
it's
Now it's
raining.
cold.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Gotta be super careful.
So there's still buyers out there selling. They're looking for homes. There's
Good morning.
Guys,
and,
we're live.
there's
we're
sellers
healthy.
looking to sell as well. So
We're live. We're healthy. We're happy.
That's
You know,
true.
we're doing our
yes,
thing.
yes, absolutely.
You guys have.
We're
You guys
live
have.
and alive.
You
Absolutely.
guys have fantastic relationships. I gotta give it to you. This is like amazing just to have a great partner in life. You know, it's like it's super important. You have so many blessings of life. It's amazing. It's great. Yes, that's good.
I think so. I think so.
Well,
And let's not forget. I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
go ahead, Ed.
you guys are all blessings. You guys are all blessings.
Oh,
all
I
right?
do
We're
too.
blessing
I
in
have
each other's
great
lives.
kids,
Yeah.
fantastic kids. Love
See?
them. Okay, let me find
always good.
something
Yeah.
to add here. Okay.
You know. But before we even kick off the Friday, as we said it, today is November 11th, and we're going live at 11 a.m. So it's
Yeah.
11, 11, 11.
11,
So
11.
make a wish, all right? And I put this out there this morning on Instagram, but it's definitely a day of a lot of blessings. I feel like it's a gateway. And also, if you're out in the trenches and you're somewhere today and good news is coming, just know that it also means that you're at the right place at the right time. And
Yeah, and today,
before we even kick it off, we have
let's
to give
celebrate.
a huge
Absolutely.
shout out because it is Veterans Day.
Yeah.
So we want to shout out all the veterans out there that have literally given sweat, tears, and blood for this country.
I
and
have
for our
something to
freedom.
say too.
Let's
And I
go,
need to
Gigi.
say, as a French woman, a French native, because now I'm American, but I'm still somewhat French at heart.
Yeah.
I would like to thank America for coming to bail our asses. Oh, sorry, cursed.
It's okay.
For coming to bail our butt from the
Yeah.
invading now allied country.
Now,
Absolutely.
how did that work?
But you know what? Coming to bail us out, you know, because our interior politics were just so weak that it just gave in to the enemy. So thank you, America, for coming on our beaches in Normandy in World War II. Die for our little French asses that couldn't even save their own self. So again, thank you. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart.
Hey,
To
you know
World
what?
War. Very, very important. No, you can't forget that. Come on.
As
It's
an
true.
American, I want
It
to
is
say
true.
you're welcome. And and the other part that I want to say is, which I feel that is not really brought up much, but there were so many Hispanics that were involved in World War II as well that they didn't get
Mhm.
their shout outs
Recognitions
because
and black people, absolutely.
yeah, a lot of
That
brown colored
came, young
individuals.
men that came and fought for a country they didn't even know, for a
Yep.
freedom that wasn't theirs. Are you kidding me? I'm being
Yep.
very political right now, but that's why on days like it, I really want to thank all those that help us be free and help me not speak German today.
Woo! I'm glad I'm not speaking. No, I'm stop.
No, but I do. Okay, I learned
against it,
German.
nothing against it.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. But
That's funny.
here we are. So thank you. Thank
No,
you,
I
veterans.
guess you have
Huge
to
shout
realize.
out.
You have to realize.
Hey,
You know,
look,
when you have a whole continent basically in despair of, you know, the only people they can call upon are have to cross a whole ocean to come and bail them out. Guys, we wouldn't have this economic boom we've had the last 60 years, 70 years if it wasn't for America coming to save Europe. Okay?
look,
Right.
And help
because of that,
rebuild.
And because of that, we're gonna shout out the French for giving us French fries
And the Statue of
and
Liberty. Okay.
the Statue of Liberty and
And
what is and French baguettes. Okay.
I
So
know we
thank
can go
you.
down the list, ménage à trois and all this and that. I know, I get it. I get it.
You know what? I
All
don't
right,
even know how to...
today's topic.
Oh, we need a translation there. Is that French? Nice.
I don't know. Vende, Giselle.
I guess that was German.
What is that?
Is that it?
No, German. All right, guys. No, I just wanted to actually, yes, thank you. Thank you for all the troops all over the world that just go out there, and just for the love of the countries, like put their life at risk, and to keep us safe because we're very sheltered. We're very, very lucky.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
We are. So shout out to all the
Absolutely.
vets out there.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all and thank you for everything.
No, we
do,
thank
everything
you a lot.
do for us.
Yeah. On this
Absolutely.
topic, we wanted to discuss. We're gonna go on a lot of skills lately because I think with this market, as we learned yesterday, rates are about 7.7, and not going to go down for now. So it's a little bit of a weird environment, right? So we definitely need to be educated on the several things we can do. In what we're going to bring up today is good for the industry at large. And I want to remind that in our lovely state of New York, we still have a state of emergency for cold calling in place.
Yep.
So
shout out to everybody that voted for Kathy Hochul. So yeah, thank you.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah, thank you.
And I was just saying, please bear in mind, we still have a state of emergency. So we're not telling you on certain practices to actually get on the phone and do what is not recommended, but we're going to discuss a dialogue. We're going to discuss many other prospecting techniques for what is called circle prospecting. All right?
That's it.
Yes, that's it. And without further ado, oh boy.
Now we'll kick it off because we don't want to talk about Kathy Hochul, okay?
What's her name? Oh, she's German too, by the way. Yeah, great.
I don't even, you know what? Let's not even go down that road because I'm biting the hell out of my tongue right now.
Yeah, I know.
Anywho.
This is actually quite funny, so circle prospecting. I hope you guys know what circle prospecting is. Like to me, it's a super, when done well, when done on a consistent basis, this is like a fantastic approach to actually getting listings. It's easier than just cold calling at random. It should be part of when you actually have building your farm, and make sure that everybody knows in that neighborhood what's going on, what was listed, what was sold, who, what was the price. So it's a great way, I think, for me to basically be able to build that farm. And if you have a strong team that is listing in the chosen area, if you don't have any listing, it's a great way for you to get out there as well, right?
For sure.
Right. Did you want to read some stats, Ed? Because I think that was kind of important what you said earlier.
Yeah, I'll kick it off. So it's interesting because and Gigi, thank you for actually coming across this article. So it's interesting because I was talking to Gigi in Israel about this, and what caught my attention. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I thought you said oops.
Yeah. You just
Cool. So what caught my attention was that back in 2007, it was estimated that it would take about 3.68 cold call attempts. This is you calling one buyer 3.68 times to find a single prospect.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we flash forward to today, that number has increased to 9 cold call attempts. Now, for those of you who are watching, if you're realtors out here, I'm curious to know, how many times did you actually follow up with that lead that you reached out to once before? How many times did
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
reach out to them
I
after
mean, we
that one
know in
call?
the industry we're having a big problem with follow up, and
Huge
and
problem.
it's
Huge
huge.
problem.
People call
Huge.
once or twice, and that's it. Just give up. You
Yeah.
know. We have some coaches. I've been coached by telling me, don't even bother. Call 3 times, done. Bye bye. And numbers are very, 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 very different nowadays.
100%. The
Right.
attention span of
You
individuals is a lot
are
lower.
lower your. Yeah, I'm hearing my echo in the back. It's always there. Let me show you where he's at. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, here he's here. He's hiding.
Lucio. He's
Like
like,
he's
I'm gonna
listening
close
to
your
me,
door.
and it's like I'm hearing the echo that split second, you know, just in
Ah,
case censorship. Anyway, so let's go for it.
Yeah, so it was interesting how we came across that article. But at the end of the day, it's how many times are you actually following up with these individuals? And I know we could sit there and blame CRMs and oh, I don't have the right CRM
right.
or I don't have the right,
No,
guidance. It
you
really comes down to your efforts. It really comes down
you
to
just
look,
need a list, a spreadsheet. Excel spreadsheet is the original thing, and it still works, and it's still fine. If you don't have
yeah,
a big CRM, it is perfectly okay. All
yeah.
right.
And
So
with our team, I know we have access to KV Core, for example. So
mm,
there shouldn't be any excuses on this. Like we should actually actively educate ourselves on, for example, KV Core, so that we can utilize the CRM to continue to follow up with these individuals. Because imagine if you were actually able to contact that one person on 9 different occasions. The fear is, what do I
Right.
say? Right? Like, what do you mean? I'm going to call this person 9 times? Like, are you crazy? No, clearly you have to figure out how to reach out to them, not just by phone. All right, you got to send them a text, send them an email, call them. If you know where they live, knock on their door. Stand
and
outside
I
of their
think,
house and wait for them to come
yeah,
out.
and I think you guys have been very, very successful at doing circle prospecting. And I don't think you always, I don't think, I don't think you should come out there with the frame of mind of, oh, let's get the listing. A lot of the times it's, I think it's like weed out those that are, interested in even talking to you or not, and collecting the correct information, right?
Yeah,
And see how you can help out, because not everybody is going to be ready to sell. Some people may want to refer to you their aunt who lives in Florida and needs to sell.
Right.
Could be anything. So it's
yeah,
just getting to know your neighbors. It's the same principle of Brian Buffini becoming the mayor of the town. It's like we're gonna give you like a script when you're doing calls or when you're talking to neighbors directly. It is a guideline. It's actually for you to learn that script, and Israel can emphasize on that, and I'm sure he will. It's for you to learn that script, assimilate it, know your intonation, know where your strong points are in that script, so you can, once you memorize it, you free your mind and you really can start asking the right question and collecting the correct information for that neighbor. And this is
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
This is, yeah.
And I
That's what it
think
comes down to.
that
Yeah.
I think that it's a long-term investment, right? Because even if you got that person to the closing table, right? Let's say you were the buyer's agent, the buyer purchased the property, and even when you get them to that closing table, you should still continue to stay in touch with these clients, because you never know what can happen down the line, and they might want to sell. And if you're top of mind, who's the first person they're going to go to?
Yeah. And it's also a great way. It's very friendly. Imagine on a nice day, you're walking around the neighborhood, you happen to have your door knocking little, there's those door hangers, you happen to have some materials, some stats. You can go back with, because obviously in the last market we have, with even now with those high rates, you still have people looking to purchase. We still have remaining, like, let's say, we have this house that is
Well,
just about to go on the contract, where we have so many buyers remaining still interested in purchasing in the area, because in that particular market, there aren't enough houses for sale. You still have those pockets. You need to know them, right?
Yep. Israel, you're gonna
Well, the
say
biggest
something, bro?
problem that I see when it comes to circles prospecting, and you just said, yeah. So the biggest thing I see as far as circle prospecting and just sold, I mean, we're saying just imagine, and this is to the point of, when we're closing, on when we're seeing our neighbors, right? It's also just imagine to the fact that you actually look at, even if you went to your own MLS and you see neighbors for sale signs going up without your picture in front of it, the only person you need to kick is yourself, because
Mhm.
honestly, your own neighbors don't know that you're actually a realtor, you
Exactly.
know? And you're like, damn, I wish I would have told them. And no, the wish I would have told them was 90 days ago. I wish I would have told them 10 days ago,
Yeah. Yeah.
How is
Yeah.
anybody going to know? Because they're not everybody, not all your neighbors are going to be on Instagram. Not all your neighbors are going to be, you know, asking you, or you're not going to put a tattoo, in which I don't suggest, put a tattoo saying that I'm a realtor, right? It's not going to happen. You have to be the billboard, the mayor, and the person that you actually speak to every single person. I've said this in several times, ladies and gentlemen, you need to revoke the license of being a secret agent. You need to revoke
Ooh.
that.
Ooh. Ooh.
You
Ooh.
need to suspend that, take it out of your system, and learn how to say hello to every single person in your system. Okay, and also when it comes down to it, learn. Not only what we're the scripture we're going to go over today, even as a mayor in town, start learning how to do elevator pitches. Okay, because elevator pitches will actually get you to that next level. Elevator pitches will get you to that next for sale sign of your next
Mhm.
neighbor. All
Do you
right,
want to give
because
an
nobody really
example?
knows.
Because I don't think everybody knows what the elevator pitch is.
Mm.
Well, elevator pitch is really simple. It's you sharing yourself as to why you're a resource. Okay, what values you provide for that resource, and what are you doing for that resource.
Mhm.
Today, I'm actually hosting. Today, just let you know that why I'm doing real estate is because I'm actually looking to help out 100 families find homes within this next year. How I'm doing it is actually speaking and educating every single person that I see in order to actually get them to the homes that they can actually find. Who do you know that's looking to buy a home today?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is
Right.
another
And then you
great
move
way.
on.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Obviously, I can,
Yeah. So this is
right.
from
And I can
Appointment
obviously go on to
Academy,
other
right?
speeches that I have.
Yeah. This is from
Part of it,
this
yeah.
is part of it is from the coaching of Sekou
Like,
Pai, which is actually very humane. If you're gonna look at it, it's like very neighborly and friendly, and you're actually showing your value that you are giving service to the consumer, and
correct.
you're trying to help them out. And this is what we're doing. This is what we should be doing: is help them out. All right.
Absolutely.
I don't
Absolutely.
think we have much time because we're already like 20 minutes in.
It's
Should
okay.
we go and jump into
Script.
that
Let's go.
script?
Script.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is we could probably repeat like your elevator speech stating that you're in this business because you want to help 100 families move into a home this year. So that's basically your modus operandi. What do you call that? Losing my English. Um, that's your credo, right? That's what you believe in. You believe
Right.
everybody should get into home ownership, and it's still accessible. If you can rent a house, you definitely should be able to afford purchasing, especially with the rent right now.
Especially in today's market,
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
you know. But it's
yeah.
it's funny how we came across this because as we were having a conversation, it's almost like what's the right script to use, right? Like everybody wants to know like what's the right script, what script should I use? Honestly, it all comes down to you. All right. The script is just a way to get you to come out of your shell and do your job, right? But what I believe and I implemented and Israel was with me as well is I feel that the just sold or just listed script is an awesome script to memorize because you could use it for so many different ways. All right. What if I don't have my own listing? How am I going to approach it?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. My office sold the listing right across the street from your property, right? That's basically it. You're taking something and you're utilizing your team, you're utilizing your office to then say, hey, guess what? My name is Ed. I'm with eXp Realty.
Yeah.
And you don't have to say I recently if you didn't do it, but hey,
We.
look, my team just recently sold this house right in your area,
Right.
right?
And
It's over on XYZ Street.
I want to just point out to everybody, for those that are in those large brokerages and franchises, like for instance, there is no shame in saying, well, like, wait, you guys have a team of 86,000 strong. You're like, and if you with the other franchise, there is 150,000 people. So you're part of that team. Friendly competition, but you can use that.
Well,
yeah.
Just to add on real quick, and I'm not sure Ed, you were going to go to this direction, but many moons ago, right? Ed and I, we actually did we did our door knocking in a freezing tundra, right? Which I wasn't really happy about, but I know we did it anyways, right?
We held each
But
other
you know what?
accountable.
We challenged ourselves. That's right.
Yeah.
And we held each other accountable. We made sure we went out there. And honestly, again, we went to one of the doors and there was a sign of a brokerage that we were in at that time down the block. And that's exactly what we did. We used the same script saying, hey, listen, we just recently got a listing down the block, so on and so forth. We use the script, which is just listed script, and we banged it out. We actually got a good contact out of it. And the point is really to get the context, in other words, to convert them into a lead right away.
Yeah.
So
it's
really
interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, again, when done well, when you sort of understand, and that's why we want to emphasize and put the emphasis on understanding the scripts. So once you know the script, it frees your mind from really asking the correct question and listening to the person that is in front of you and know what their motivation or no motivation at all is. And then still create like a human contact, and that person, if they're not selling, they may know somebody that is selling. So that is the whole point. You're the source, and that's it. So let's go quickly over that script. I'm going to make myself.
We'll read it. You want to be the seller? You want to be the door that we knock on?
Yes. Who is going to? Oh yeah, you guys are good with that.
Hell yeah. Let's knock on that door. I'm gonna tell Israel. We saw this tall French lady come out of that house. Let's go knock on that door, right?
Let's go knock at it, right? Hopefully she doesn't slam the door on us.
But here's the thing that I want everybody to focus on. Okay, it always comes down to, and Israel says this all the time: pitch, right? You hear the way I'm speaking right now. What does that mean? It sounds like everything that's coming out of my mouth is confident, and I know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Right?
Because obviously, if you sound like this,
That's it.
and even if you don't know, you need to sound like
So here's the key. Let's pretend that we don't know, right? We don't know what the F this house sold for. We don't even know the agent we just know that, example, we're in eXp Realty, so there's an eXp sign on the property. But it all comes down to your confidence and your tonality and how you present yourself. So imagine knocking on a door, and this is exactly how I would go about it, right? Knock on the door. Gigi opens the door. Hey, my name is Ed. I'm with eXp Realty. We actually just listed this property over across the street. Have you seen it?
I saw a sign coming in, but I didn't go in there.
Okay, well, it's right over on XYZ Street. It has about 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and we listed it for $699, right?
Oh wow!
And in this case, it's sold. Yeah. So it's pretty interesting, right?
Yeah.
Hey, so we know that when someone lists their home to sell, usually 2 or 3 hit the market right away. So
really?
So I was wondering, when do you plan on moving?
Oh boy. I really haven't planned on moving yet. I mean, I still have a few good years at work. Not dead yet. I mean, I'm not moving to Florida. At least 5, 6 years. No, I mean, I still got like another 7 years on the job or something like that. So I need to live someplace. We didn't plan on moving yet.
Cool. Time out. Did you guys hear what she was saying, right? What were some of the key things that she threw out there? She still has time. She said maybe 5, 6 years. She's still working at her place, maybe another 7 years, right? It's okay. This is something that we now grab, we write down in our notepad, we put it in our phone as notes, because this is somebody that we want to continue to follow up with. So it's no big deal. Hey, Gigi, that's terrific. So you still got a couple of years left. You're going to be living there. You said 5, 6, 7 years, you said, right?
Yes, man. Yeah.
Okay. How long have you lived at this address?
Oh my God, like 30 something years. Yeah.
Wow. 30 something years.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Where did you move from?
Well, I was living up in Old Middle Village, and before that in Glendale, and before that I took the boat here. And
which one, the Nina, the Pinta, or the Santa Maria?
The Santa Maria.
Right? What's my approach on that? I'm somebody that if I sense that I'm dealing with someone who has jokes, I'm gonna throw my jokes there too, because you know what? In my opinion, if somebody is throwing out jokes and being funny about things, they always love to interact with someone else who's funny. That's how I like to build.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of the times people lack the human interaction when they don't feel threatened. When you come in the conversation, when you can't, cannot be any shame in your game. We're real estate professionals, and that's what we do. So again, the confidence, like. I could have been obnoxious with Ed, and if you want, we can go that route too, and he's still going to try to turn it around. It doesn't always work, but that's what it is. Like, stay confident, no shame in your game, go with a joke, roll with the punches, and that's it, and keep going on at the script. As long as they talk to you, you got a chance to keep that contact, because you never know what their day has been like, right?
Correct.
Anyway, keep going.
So if you pay close attention, Gigi said that she moved around a bit through Queens, Ridgewood, Middle Village, all this other stuff. And then before that, she came on the boat. So if you study the script and you internalize the script, she's already answered question number 4. How did you happen to, where did you move from? Number 3.
Yeah.
So I don't need to go to that question because she already told me where she moved from. So the next question is, how did you happen to pick this area?
Because I don't know. I mean, it was a nice residential area at the time when we moved in. In Middle Village, all the kids would play outside. It was like a very, very family oriented. We had some friends. And we like it. It's nice. The park, all the shops are there. It's all good. You grab the Long Island Railroad. Not the Long Island Expressway. You're like very quickly in the city if you have to. As
long as you're not in traffic, right?
Yes, or you can take the N train.
Yeah, right.
You know the area, right? You know how it is.
Of course, right? So you see, that's now. Will all the conversations happen this way? No. Okay, they won't. But the whole key is to again internalize the script, and then you're naturally having that conversation, right? So, Gigi, I know you said you're going to be here for another 5, 6, 7 years. Fine. But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, if you were to move, where would you go next?
I mean, we've been talking with my husband. I don't even know if right now it's even the time to buy anything, because Florida prices went up so high. We were always saying it's like when you're ready to go to Florida, you're like retired and almost ready to die. But some parts of Florida are really nice if you're going to go more like towards the north part. It's not as crowded as Miami. We like that. My husband likes the racetrack at Daytona Beach and all that. So why? Yeah, we were thinking, but right now there is really no plan. If anything, before we actually make our move, we'd like to be ready. We'd like to have the house, because we saved up enough money and we could buy something while we still live here.
See, So she's clearly Gigi's a talkative type right now. So she's literally unloading her whole entire life story. Again, does it always work this way? No.
No.
But in the moments that they do, this is where we're gonna excel. All right.
And the key is that you let her talk. 100%. Even though you let them talk, you have to let them talk. Yeah.
Right. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yeah.
Huh?
Regardless of what question you ask, you should always let them talk.
Oh yeah.
Just shut up and let them talk.
And listen closely. Right. So she said she was looking at Florida, northern parts of Florida, yada yada yada. I have some history there because my parents just moved there. So if I find myself that I can relate to this, So now if I can relate to this, I'm gonna open up a little portion of myself and say, hey, wow, that's awesome. You know, my parents just moved there. I just helped them sell their house here in Briarwood, and I helped them buy something in Florida by the Palm Coast area, right?
Yeah.
She said Daytona Beach. Daytona's about 45 minutes from Palm Coast. You know, as far as the prices go, I already been watching the prices and they've been dropping dramatically. You know what I mean? So it's like I have some history there. Now, if I could do that, I could go ahead and tell Gigi that because I know this information.
You think price already are dropping over there? This is me, the buyer, right?
Yeah. Prices have gone down over there. Right? They're more affordable now. They skyrocketed over the summertime, you know, but they're readjusting because of what's happening here. Now, that area is not as heavily populated as it is here in Queens. But again, that's where I can kind of spin into that conversation. Go ahead, Israel.
True. No, and I agree with that. And honestly, what you're doing is you're building rapport with the person, right? You're building the information that you need so that you can actually, whether it happens this year, next month, or 5 years from now, everything is just a rapport. But the problem, the thing that everyone needs to follow up on is exactly what I just said, which is following up. You just planted a seed into that person. You just planted a seed into that information. You just got to keep following up, right? The context and the information is all there. So the thing I just want to sort of revert back, because I know we're pretty much on our time, is that if you look at the questions that's being asked, we're using just sold, right?
Yes.
Sure. All right. So if you revert back to those questions, look at what the questions are being used as. When do you plan on moving is actually a way of finding out how motivated this person is to actually get out of their house, right? When they say, no, I'm not moving. Yes, I'm moving in 5 years, five months, whatever.
Most of the time they say they're not moving.
Right. The initial portion of their motivation. How long have they been living in the house? Now you know exactly whether or not you have to deal with a person who's been there 20 years, 5 years, 10 years. Now you get to see how much motivation you need to build on that. Okay. And where they move from is really where the rapport starts for you as an individual, because whether or not they came from a neighborhood that you probably lived in or a neighborhood that you were born in, either or, something about where you can actually build rapport, right? And then after that, it's actually how did you pick this one is because maybe there's something that they actually picked out. Let's just say it was a particular store that they liked and they school that you actually went to. Now you're building rapport. Now look at that. 3 and 4, you're building rapport again, whether or not you can actually work together in that sense. All right. And as you go on, if you were to move, now you're building under motivation again. If you were to move, where would you go next? Okay.
Yeah.
And if they answer that question, you get to that level of question of saying, if you were to move, now you're building from the initial motivation. Now you go into the second portion of the motivation. Well, you know what? Once I retire, I feel like I'm going to go to Florida. How soon would that be? Well, I did say 5 years from now, but I am going to retire in 2. So it's actually not 5 years anymore. Now it's 2 years. So the point is, it's actually now the initial one is actually an icebreaker. All these questions that you see in front of you are icebreakers to build the rapport that you have, build the motivation that they need, and then build the nurturing that you need to build in order to actually get the customer that you need to work with later on in the future. Whether it happens now or happens later. But just keep in mind, the first question, whichever script you do, it's always an icebreaker.
Right.
Once you deal with the icebreakers, stay with the absolute certainty, as we mentioned earlier, absolute certainty of what you're going to ask. listen to what they're saying, repeat what they say, acknowledge
Ooh,
what they say,
yeah,
and then move on to your next question.
yeah,
And shut up as you answer the question.
yeah. Should we do one last where you actually somebody
I just wanted to
gets?
say that, guys.
Yeah, no, it's great. Should we do the just listed and maybe get someone to just what you call it, actually get the appointment? Just it's hypothetically very very rare, but it happens, right? Um, so now we're gonna go back over those same questions, right? And
So if you're
yeah,
watching this,
So
you're
go ahead,
gonna
Gigi.
notice
Go ahead.
that
Why don't you do
literally,
it, Gigi?
yeah, that literally all the questions are similar to the just sold, just listed.
yes.
And that's the reason why we feel that it's such a comfortable
Mhm.
script to learn, because you could use it when you're door knocking, you could use it when you're prospecting the phones, when you're hitting the phones and prospecting. So there's so many different ways, but in my opinion, these are, to me, the easiest and simplest scripts, and they're a little more easygoing
You
when
can do
when you're
it when
having that
you're
conversation.
inviting. We could do it when you're inviting neighbors to your open house. In
Yeah,
those nice days where you have your nice open house thing and you're like
for
so
sure.
proud of the new listing you have. And we all done it, it's like that's the script to use, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say like we just have an open house, we just got this new listing. Who's going to be the buyer?
I'll be
What?
the
Promise, you
buyer.
still want me? Okay, you'll be high.
Yeah.
Hi, Israel. This is Gigi with the Experience. I don't know if you've noticed, we just listed the house over on Harrow Street right here. This is like a nice detached house with like 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath. And you see, we listed it under $1 million. And I was wondering, who do you know who'd like to move into this area? You know which house I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I've seen that one. No, I don't. At this point, I don't know anyone.
No, I do. Okay, no, not a problem. I do appreciate for you, to take the time to think about it. And I just was wondering, when do you plan on moving, Israel?
Oof, I've been here about 10 years, so I don't know if I plan on moving anytime soon.
All right. So we're skipping he's already telling me he lived there 10 years. So where did you move from? That's interesting. 10 years, that's, it's already a good time. That's good. You're well established. Where did you move from?
We recently lived in Corona, so yeah, I wanted to move somewhere nicer.
I know, good for you, because Corona can get so crowded, right? And I'm going to ask you. I mean, I almost know the answer, but how did you happen to pick the area?
Well, the schools is what we wanted for our kids, so we definitely wanted to be in an area where better school and much closer location for the trains that we need to go to the city.
Totally agree. I mean, PS 144 is really, really great. And if you were to move, Israel, where would you go next? Hypothetically.
Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm tired of this winter. I want to get out of here already. I don't know if you watch Games of Thrones, but the winter is coming, so I definitely want to be out of here by now.
Totally
So
understand. Yeah.
I think my wife and I were thinking about heading to Florida. I think Florida. Yeah.
Wow, Florida. That's where everybody is going, like to bask in the sun. And when would that be, Israel? When would that be?
Again, the kids are in school right now, so it would have to be after school.
Okay,
So,
that's great. Yeah.
we're looking around June or something like that.
Okay. This is fantastic. So now this is June, but mind you guys. So, they're saying if you go forward, if they say 3 months or less, we're in November.
Okay.
He's saying June, I will go forward. Okay.
Yeah.
And just keep on going with that script, knowing that our market may not be as fast as quick as it was a few months ago. I would keep on going and say, obviously, Israeli, you realize it could take about 2 to 4 months in this market to get your home sold. Did you know that? And then
Actually,
you would
no, I
answer,
didn't know that.
oh, wow, terrific. So let me ask you something. Do you have to be sold? And we're not going to follow the script. We're going to follow what I was just hearing. Do you have to be sold in June after school is over, or do you want to start selling the house at that time, knowing that with this market it takes a little bit longer?
It'd be terrific if I can actually sell it before June. Just to get
This is
everything.
fantastic. You know what, Israel? Fortunately, to get you one step closer to Florida, all we need to know right now is simply set an appointment. So I can actually help you get what you want. I actually give you all the facts, the stats in the time that you want, get you a value of your home, and you guys be on the way to Florida. So let me ask you, is Monday or Tuesday at 4:30 good for you?
Tuesday at 4:30 works best.
All right, thank you very much. I'll call you back with a couple of questions later today, if that works for you. I just want to make sure I know a little bit more about the house so I can come prepared. That works for you?
Sounds great.
All
Yeah,
right,
I look
thank
forward
you
to it.
very much. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye,
Thank you.
Israel.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Right.
Good job, right?
That never happens, but that rarely happens. Sometimes you have the people that let you in their house right away. It's a little bit creepy, but
Yes.
it happens, right?
It does happen.
Hey, funny story. I actually. Oh, go ahead, Izzy. Go ahead. Go ahead, Izzy.
I was going to
Tell
say
your
real
story.
quick. You can finish it. I did door knocking in my earlier days, and I had just two guys pretty much came out with their underwears out, and I was like, they're not interested. And my answer to that was, I'm not interested either. So I just left. I was like, geez.
But you're tall enough to handle yourself, yeah.
Good times,
Absolutely.
man. They're good times.
Absolutely.
That's all they are. You just got to
Absolutely.
put them in the books as an experience.
So the key, and we're gonna repeat the keys. We're gonna repeat it all the time. Those scripts you're gonna follow no matter what the answer of the person you're talking to is. As long as they talk to you, you are good. You're able to create that bond. You're able to ask pertinent questions and get as much information as possible for the next meet, for the next time you talk to them or see them. All right, this is all it is. So we will go over other scripts, and so you guys can
Sure.
hopefully, I hope somebody hears it and practice. Find a role play partner. Super important. In our office every Tuesday.
So honestly, if you
Go
don't
ahead.
have a role play partner, if you got a phone that has a recorder, that's the best thing in the world.
Good idea.
Honestly,
Yeah.
use it. Record yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it works.
And I like that if you get on a call, you should have a mirror in front of you, because at that point you're gonna realize what you sound like when you smile and what you sound like when you're serious, and you'll notice the difference. And then, like Israel said, record the call and then try to sell yourself on it. Don't judge the way you sound. Forget that part, man. We all are self-conscious about the way we look, sound, act, and all that stuff. But don't think about that. What you need to think about is the fact that the words that are coming out are flowing. Do you sound confident? Do you sound like you know your shit? Do you sound like you have it all jam-packed? That's the whole key of this, okay? So practice your scripts.
And last thing I have to say is two things, actually. Is one, record yourself in that sense of what made you hang up. You know, like, I'm not interested, wasn't able to answer. Why I'm not able to answer. Whatever hung up, whatever reason for it, just record it real quick. And last but not least, pretty much always say hello to every single person you know. Oh my God, what's this flyer? Let me find out.
Do you see it?
Yes, we can.
Yes. I think, I'm going to make it big. All right. Who wants to talk about it? We got to announce this.
Listen,
we got to announce this. We got
huge event that's going to be taking place. It's huge. Okay. So if you guys don't know, 2023, we're doing a takeover. All right. And it's funny because Priscilla has this burned in my head where she's been saying wealthy me in 2023. So the name of the game is for us to buckle down. December 1st, mark your calendars, scan that QR code, take a picture, whatever you have to do, but mark your calendars for December 1st at 9 a.m. in Bayside, New York at the Adria Hotel. Gigi, Israel, and myself, we're going to be doing a jam-packed, massive workshop. All right. This is going to help take your business 6 months in advance, in my opinion. All right.
At least
We're going to go through some craziness. All right. You're going to propel your business 6 months in advance. And literally, we're going to go through motivational conversations, a motivational workshop, self-talk. We're also going to be going through different actions and activities, and
the
at
numbers,
the same time,
numbers. We're gonna go through. We're gonna go back to a little bit of real estate laws and ethics, and I think we need to cover that. It's very, very, very important. We got to do a lot of PC right now. All right, you want to serve your community. We're gonna go over a whole bunch of stuff. And then Israel is going to be the one giving actually the keys to the tool you could be using basically for the rest of your career, you know, because you're going to have like a spreadsheet that will enable you to track your business all year long, change, tweak whatever you need to tweak, and actually use that thing over and over and over as long as you have a plan. So scan that QR code. Oh, and the best part is
free breakfast.
Free breakfast.
What is wrong with this? I can't believe that's it.
No, it's nice that we have some sponsors backing us up, like great vendors that really believe in us. We're hoping to be able to give you guys. We haven't, it's not on the flyer because it's not official. We have our curriculum out at the Department of State for review so we can have it CE credited. Isn't that amazing? I think it's amazing.
Super amazing. Yeah, and we actually do have it on the flyer. Like, we're speaking into existence. It's right there. But yeah, free 3-hour CE credited course. We're making it happen. So don't miss out. Invite your fellow realtors, because who doesn't want free breakfast and some free CE credit? All right.
And actually, a nice business plan. You know, that's the name of the game. Like, you know what you're going to be doing. I'm like, for me, I'm in great need of just putting, putting some numbers together and know where I'm going. You know, it's amazing. It was so easy the last couple of years that you didn't really have to, like, deals were falling like this is great. This is not this market again. Let's go back to basic. Yeah,
that's what it is. Back to the basics. So mark your calendars, save the date. We love to see you guys there. We're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be a good event. Remember, it's a workshop, so we're super excited about that.
Yeah. All right, this is it for us. We went a little bit over, but All right, thank you everyone for tuning in. Do we have? I don't even know if we have oh no, you know what? Most valuable MVP. Oh, I think it's Brian Cohen from the home team.
Shout out to Brian.
Shout out to Brian.
And Brian's a part of the home team mortgage. Yeah. So guess what? They're actually one of our sponsors at this event as well.
Thank you so much for that.
Team.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's gonna look forward to it.
All right, on this, have a great weekend. Stay safe.
Adios.
All right.
See you guys. You attend your open houses.
Everybody.
Get to those open houses, buy those properties, stop being scared, invest, and then hold. Forget the interest rate. You'll refinance later. Come on, don't be shy.
There you go. Don't wait for real estate. Just buy real estate and then wait.
Yes.
Buy and hold, baby. Buy and hold.
That's it. That's it.
Peace out, people.